Hello, everyone. It is Deer here, and I'm at Smash Summit 12 with
Aiden.
Aiden. Welcome to Smash Summit 12. How does it feel to be at Summit again for the second time this year, right?
Yeah. It's, I guess, third if you count Ultimate Summit.
Right.
And, it feels really nice. I have no obligations for this event, so I get to come. I think this is the first summit I've ever been able to go to that I have, nothing to do at, which is a very cool feeling. It's very relaxing. Yeah.
So have you just been playing games? Are you playing in the VIP bracket rather later on?
Yeah, which is really funny because I think that the VIP tournament might be the third most stacked bracket of the year. I was looking at who was entering, and I was like, oh my god, this is like a major. This is a major minus the top 5. Yeah.
Imagine that's a really cool concept, right? If we made the VIP bracket an actual tournament, but yeah, this is going to be sick. What are you looking forward to most this weekend?
Definitely how Leffen does. I'm really excited to just see him come back and hopefully be excited about the game. I think some of his initial frustrations and resentment with coming back so late and being out of practice are kind of waning, so that's nice to see. And I really want him to do well this weekend and feel good about next year. Oh, sorry.
No worries.
And ideally, I would love to see him finally play Zane with his Sheik in tournament because I think for anybody who is watching them practice, especially earlier in 2021 or 2020, his Sheik was getting really good at that matchup. Yeah. And I would really like to see that come out. And then I've also heard Amsa's been playing super hot this weekend. Yeah. So I'm excited to see can Amsa get top 3, and that bodes really well because it sounds like he's going to move to Vancouver. Yep. And I'm excited about that as well. So
yeah, on that note of international representation, you're a big fan of the international scene. I see you shouting out players from all around the world. What gets you so hyped up? What international players aside from Amsa and Leffen are you looking forward to this weekend?
Definitely Sora. Yeah, it has to be Sora. Sora is just really good at the game. I think he's really underrated right now. People don't understand how good he is because not very many people kept up with Sora's results in the US before the pandemic happened, and he was already at a level where he could beat people who were top 50. And then you have to remember that, and then keep in mind that he spent the 2 years grinding really hard. Him and Sock and Don B. Yeah, they all saved money for the entire pandemic to move here for a year.
Wow.
They're staying for a year to play. And so he's taking it really seriously. He's already fucking amazing. Yep. I think his main thing is he's just going to have to clean up some of the matchups that they don't get as good of practice in Australia. I think there's, for example, Sock was talking about Puff and how they struggle with Puff a little more because they just don't have a top Puff player. But I'm really, really excited to see how he does, not only at this event, but for the next 3 months at least. Because he's gotten so good in the time he took off, and before then he was already fucking amazing. So, and I think people, Spud was kind of the first person out of Oceania to really impress people, but now that he's not playing anymore, there are literally 2 people here to sort of replace him that are on an equal track of getting good. So I really like that.
That's fantastic. Aiden, 2022 has some really big things in store for Melee. Is there anything that you're particularly looking forward to, or do you want to share with us for 2022 that you're excited about? Could be about anything you're excited about.
I think probably the main thing that I'm pumped about is seeing how this Panda circuit turns out. I think a healthy dose of skepticism is definitely there, but I also trust Panda as an organization with the decisions they've made over the years and how they've been really loyal to the FGC and Smash. So seeing how their circuit turns out and giving them a shot, maybe they and Nintendo can do it right this time. But besides that, I know obviously Ludwig made an announcement of this goal of hosting the biggest tournament ever, and that's definitely in mind. A lot of work and discussions around that and figuring out that event. So fingers crossed that it all comes together. Obviously something of that scale takes a lot of work, but I'm excited for it. Also we're there's a running your own Battle of BC next year is gonna be huge, right? And there's always this level of nervousness associated with it, but that sort of like,
Perpetual, like-
yeah, that like underlying anxiety is like also kind of what helps you execute it well.
Yep.
So I think that's what's there at the moment.
That's fantastic. I'm really excited for it. Aiden, one last thing before we go. I know you're also from Canada originally, so I brought something from Canada for you to try. I've brought some maple cookies. I'm sure you've tried maple flavored stuff before. Have you had a maple cookie before?
Yes.
Well, now you can have
Definitely.
another
Yeah,
maple
yeah,
cookie
I love
then.
it.
Yeah, maple cookies are fantastic.
This is great. I'm going back. You know what's funny? Because of the pandemic, I hadn't like before the pandemic, I went back home to Canada like probably once every like month, 2 months ish, and now I haven't been back to Canada in like 2 years. So I finally go back in like a week, and I'm really excited. So this is a little taste of home. That's nice.
That's huge, man.
I definitely had to talk about.
Well, enjoy the cookie, man. Thank you so much for chatting, Aiden, and thank you everyone for watching. Enjoy the rest of the weekend at Smash Summit 12. Thank you.